So hi everyone, welcome back to our daily LeetCode challenge series. So today is day 102 and today we are going to solve LeetCode problem 21, merge to sorted list. Okay, so this is an easy level problem. So let's go to the problem statement first. So you are given the heads of two sorted linked list, list 1 and list 2. Okay, merge the two lists into one sorted list. The list should be made by splicing together the nodes of the first two lists. Okay, return the head of the merged linked list. Fine. So basically, we have given two sorted single linked list. Okay, we have to merge into a single one. So that's the task we have to do in this question. Okay. So in problems example one, we can see list one is 1 to 4 and list two having node 1, 3, and 4. So after merging into the single one, we are going with 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So this is going to be a single linked list that we have to return. So at output you can see, right? Similar in example 2, we can see list can be empty as well. So output should also be empty. Quite obvious, right? So similar example 3, we have one empty list. The second one is having only one element. So at the end, after merging, it will become only a single linked list, which is having one element, right? So in constraint part, we have given the number of nodes in the both list is in the range of 0 to 55. And node value can be ranges from -100 to 100. Okay, so values can also be negative, so we have to keep it that in mind. And both link list 1 list 2 are sorted and in non-decreasing order. Fine, so quite obvious, like it is given, we have to merge the sorted linked list. So what we are going to do in this logic is maybe you have learned about the merge sort logic, right? Where both side we have the array in the sorted array, and based on the value of the current index, we are going to merge it in a single one, right? So like quite similar, we are going to use the same logic here for merge sort logic here for the optimal solution, right? So the list node definition will remain as it is. So let me remove this part now. In the method we can see like we have list 1 and list 2 in the parameter. So what we are going to do is we are going to first create one like let's say temp node or dummy node, which is going to be written at last, and which will basically we are going to merge all the elements from first list and second list into that dummy node, right? So let's create one list node, let's say temp. Okay, which is let's say new list node. Okay, keep it as null. No need to append some value, right? It is not required. Now base scenarios, we have to check first what can be base scenarios. So given empty, given list can be empty, right? So we will first check if list 1 is equals to null, that means that is empty. So we're just going to do straightforward return, not return. We'll just make temp dot next will be equal to list 2 here, right? We are directly going to assign the list 2 as the next pointer of our temp node. Similar way we can do for the list 2 as well. Okay, if list 2 is empty, then we are just going to assign list 1 as the next node of the our temp list, right? So this is the base case scenario in case if we are getting the empty list, right? Now if we don't have any of the empty one, so it will look, I'll check if list 1 is not equals to an empty, and list 2 is also not equals to null or empty, right? Then we're going to check one scenario. Basically we have to check the current value of the list 1 and list 2. Whoever is the lesser one, that needs to be mapped to the next pointer of the temp node, right? So let's say if list 1 sorry list 1 dot val is less than or equal to, we can say, of list 2 dot val. If it is so, then what we are going to do, we are just going to assign temp dot next to our list one, current list one, right? And after assigning it, what we'll do, list, we are just going to make list equal to list dot list one dot next. This should be this one. And if it is not so, then just we are going to do the same vice versa with the list two element. So it will be list two, and list two will now point into the list two dot next, right? So this is going to map the next greater value, or we can say comparing two list nodes and getting the lesser value, right? And after getting that value, what we're going to do, we're just going to make our temp equal to temp dot next. Okay. So our pointer is getting changed for temp as well, right? At the end. And let's say like list one is having, like, this is not clearly mentioned anywhere, like list one and list two size will always be remain same. It can be having two elements in some time in list one, and two will be have four element of element, right? So if that is the case, like in this case, it will be going to fail if one element or like one linked list going to empty. So right. So in order to do that, we will have to check for more condition after coming out of this while loop. We'll see if list one dot next is not equals to null. If it is not so, then that means list one is still having some values, right, in it. So what we're going to do is just we are going to say list dot next equals to our list one. Similar way, we are going to check for list two as well, whether it got empty or not. If list two is having elements, then we're just going to assign list to our table next pointer, right? And at last, what we're going to do, we're just going to, so we have taken this temp, right? Okay. We are doing the checks for temp everywhere. So let me create one more list node. Let's say dummy. The dummy will be new list node. Okay. And we're just going to assign this as dummy. And because we are anyways iterating this element, so it is going to update, right? We don't have the access to our head of this temp. So for accessing that, I'm just assigning to a new list node, right? Now at last we'll return dummy dot next, which is none other than the next value of this temp head, right? Hope it will work fine. Now let's submit and see. Okay. Okay, we are getting null pointer. Cannot read next. Okay, we are getting the exceptions. Okay. So it will not be next list one if it is not a customer, and list two is not a customer, right? Because it can be also like last values will be empty, but the current value, there should be some value, right? So here you can see it is accepted all three test cases. Now let's submit as the other test cases as well. Cool. So our 208 test cases got accepted and bits 100%. So our solution is quite optimal in comparison to other submitted solution sites. So that's how, yeah, we have to merge two sorted list into a single one, right? We talk about the time complexity here, so it is anyways going to be of n, because we are doing n log n. Sorry, we are using merge sort logic here, so it will be of n log n. So half it will merge for the single one, and half it is going to not iterate, going to directly assign this value to the new list node, right? So our time constantly will be we go of n log n here, and space constantly is say we are just using constant space for storing one new dummy list node, right? So it is big of one. Okay. If you know any other optimal approach other than this merge sort logic, you can just comment it out. So that's all for today. Let's see you next video.